Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Nat Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. So quickly guys, today we're going to learn how to cut this trouser the simplest method. I'm going to be showing you how to do it step by step, guys. So if you are yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe so when I drop my videos, you'll be the first to be notified. All right, so quickly look at this channel right here. I am teaching how you can start and grow your YouTube channel from the experience I've gathered on my channel here. So if you want to learn that, there's a link in the description below. Click that link and subscribe to the channel so that you will learn on that channel, how to start and grow your own YouTube channel, guys. So thank you so much. Let's start. We're using a measurement of waist 35, trouser, that's a tie of 26. The shoulder length is 37.5. The knee measurement is 18 and the ankle is 14. So without wasting time, let us start. Okay. So first we are going to identify, all right, this side line here where all our measurements are going to be beginning from. But thank God this fabric here has a very black line this side. So this marks where all our horizontal measurements are going to be starting from. Okay. So we're going to first identify all the horizontal measurements. I will show you a step-by-step way of cutting a trouser. So first, let's identify the horizontal measurements. So we're going to start with this being the waistline. Okay, this will serve as our waistline. All right, this is our waistline here. So the next thing is for us to identify the length of this trouser, and we see the length of the trouser is 37.5. So guys, this is 37.5 right here, plus 2 inches hemming allowance. That becomes 39.5. All right. The next thing for us to get the half length of the trouser, and the half length is simply what? The full length divided by 2. So 37 divided by 2, that will give us our half length. Our half length will be here. Can you see, guys? All right. So let's now extend this 1, 2, 3, 4 dots this side so we can get straight lines. So from here to here, we're having 18.75. So let's mark it here. 18.75. The length of our trouser is what? Is 37.5 with a hemming allowance of 2 inches. All right. So let's go ahead and join these points together. All right, guys. So now that we are done with our horizontal measurement, guys, remember we still have the tie or the lap line remaining. All right. But before we can get the lap line, let us get the waist of the trouser. Okay. So the waist of the trouser, we are going to mark ½ inch, or sorry, 3/4 inch from this our beginning point here. That's the beginning point here. We'll mark 3/4 inch inside. Just 3/4 inch inside. So from here we'll start marking our waistline. And we say the waist of this trouser is 35. So when you are cutting, you divide your waist measurement by 4. So 35 divided by 4, you are going to be having 8.75. So we're going to keep it this way. And we'll mark our 8.75 here, plus ½ inch seam allowance. That becomes 9.25. All right, here. All right. So before we go ahead to get the crotch length, we're going to come down here by ½ inch. All right, and blend this line to this one. Why are we doing this? We want to give our trouser fitting at the front. Okay, that is for fitting sake. It's to give it fitting. So you slant the front piece inwards for fitting sake. All right. So the next I'm going to do now is to identify our crotch length. Guys, how do you get your crotch length? It's simply by dividing your waist measurement by 4. So our waist measurement is 35. Divided by 4, we are going to be having 8.75. This is 8.75 here. All right. But because I want it to be a bit free, for the customer, I don't want it to be quite tight. It's an elderly person. I'm going to be giving plus ½ inch allowance. That becomes 9.25, ½ inch allowance. So this is it right here. Okay. So I'm going to extend this line this way, and that will become my lap line. So guys, at times people are confused with this. Let me explain. Where your crotch length stops, that becomes your lap line. Where your crotch length stops, that point becomes your lap line. Hope that is taken. All right. So the next thing now first to do is to curve our crotch. How do we curve? To curve our crotch, we'll come up here by 2 inches on this thigh line. Come up by 2 inches to locate the lap line, the hip line. Sorry. For us to cover our crotch, we'll come up by 2 inches to locate the hip line. So this is our hip line. So this line is the lap line. This is our hip line. All right. So the next is for us to do what? This measurement we have here for the waist. If we start from this black line where we said we'll start taking our measurements, we start from this black line here. We're having 10 points, 10 here. This hip line here, and also mark the 10. All right. And then add what? 3/4 inch allowance to it. 3/4 inch allowance. All right. So we'll now join this point to this point here. Guys, we are covering our crotch now. Pay close attention. The next thing we want to do is to locate the thigh, all right? And we say our thigh is what is 26. Mind you, we're taking our measurements from this line here, from this black line here. So 26 by 2. When you are cutting, you divide your thigh measurement by 2. 26 by 2 will give you what? 13, all right? So this is 13 right here. It's 13, okay? So how do you curve your crotch? You can use your French curve right here to curve this crotch, or you can use your free hand. So I'm going to use my free hand for the sake of those that don't have French curve, so that you know that this is easily achievable even with your free hand. You see this? So you can curve this with your free hand even if you don't have what? French curve. All right. So we are done with our crotch. The next thing for us to do now is to give fitting to this trouser. All right. And for that, we are going to divide this lap line into 2. Okay. We say it's 13. So this is the center. Into 2. So this is it. This is the center. All right. So we'll now mark this center here, here, and there. All right. But like I said in my other videos, for the purpose of fitting, I prefer my nozzle coming out here by 1 inch. I will not use this place. I'll come this side by 1 inch. And then I'll use this place as my center instead of this place. If you want, you can go ahead and use this as your center, but I'll use this for better fitting from experience. So this will be 6. So I'm going to come here and still mark my 6. Come here and still mark my 6. So I join these points together. These 3 points, I'll join them together. Right. Now we can go ahead to apply our measurements to this. So I have a knee measurement of 18, all right? So when you are 18, so 18 divided by 2 will give you 9, okay? So I'm going to come at this center here, all right? 9. Our knee measurement is 18, all right? So when you divide 18 by 2, when you're cutting, you divide knee measurement by 2, all right? So you divide 18 by 2, you have 9. So it means we are getting 9 at the knee here, which means we'll measure 4.5 this side, 4.5 this side to make it what? 9. So this is 4.5 this side, and 4.5 this side to make it what? 9 inches. Hope we are together here. We'll come back to the ankle measurement. Our ankle is 14. Divide ankle measurement by 2, you have 7. We'll come this side 3.5, this side 3.5 to get 7. All right. This is 3.5 here, and 3.5 here to get 7. So what next is to join these points together. All right. So I'm going to use our rule and join these points together. Come this way, you still join this to this. All right. Stand it down here. Stand it down here. Next is for us to curve this point to this point, this point to this point. Now I'm going to use my French curve, right? Watch carefully how I'm using it. I'm going to keep it this way. All right. And then I'll curve this waistline to this hip line here. I'll see this, guys. The next thing is to curve this to this. All right. I'm going to keep it this way. You see this, guys. From here to here. Now, you must pay close attention at these meeting points, these edges, these points. The joint here shouldn't be sharp, okay? It shouldn't be sharp. It should be blended. Be very, very blended, okay? Show that these points are blended. Not looking sharp. Same thing with this side. It's not looking sharp at all. It should be blended. So having done this, guys, we are done with the front piece. Let's cut it and move over to the back piece. All right, now, so for us to draft the pattern for the back piece, I'm going to show us just 3 things to take note of when drafting pattern for the back piece. Simply, you come at the waistline here, you come up by, so come up here by 2 inches, come up here by 2 inches, all right? And you come out at this point also by what? By 2 inches, all right? So this point and this point have to meet each other. And you see, so where they meet each other here, we're going to draw a line here to meet with this line, this point here. All right. So that's the first thing you take note of. The second thing now is for us to move one of the front pieces sideways. I'm going to show us a very simple technique. Move it sideways, all right? And down here, we're going to leave allowance of just 2 1/4 inch. This is correct. And up here, we'll make it 2 3/4 inch, all right? Difference of 1/2 inch allowance. Difference of 1/2 inch allowance, okay? So now, when cutting this point here, we're not going to take this curve for the back piece as deep as the front curve, no. We're going to come out here by 1/2 inch, all right? So this curves to this point by 1/2 inch, and then from here to the waist point here, it's going to look like this. Can you see this, guys? The next is for us to cut out. So watch carefully how I'm going to cut when I get to that point. All right, guys, so as far as our trouser is concerned, we are done drafting and cutting this trouser. So guys, if this content made sense, if you learned from this content, hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on, right? So when I drop my videos, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you, guys. See you in my next video.